you! If you're hearing me now, you have fallen victim to, yes, you've guessed it, YouTube clickbait. But it happens all over YouTube. Thousands of victims falling for that clickbait. You've probably joined me because you think that I've found a gold coin on the beach of southern Ayrshire, but no, I haven't found a gold coin, but there is a gold coin. So in other words, I'm going to plant the coin in the ground, which also happens on a lot of YouTube channels all over the world, and we're going to see if the Manticore will hit it at pinpointed depth on this very, very iron infested beach. Now, the gold coin is harder to hit than a gold ring. The coin doesn't give as much receivable signal because of the eddy currents that are generated. They can move more freely in a ring, but in a coin they clash and don't give off a good signal. So at least I've let you know that a gold coin hasn't been found. A gold coin is going to get planted, so if you don't want to watch, you can skip away. But if you want to stay about, I'm going to put a little video together of the scenery. It's absolutely beautiful up here in Scotland. Lovely day and a bit of music over the top, and then we'll get to it. As you can probably see, I'm just waiting for the tide to go out a bit. As soon as I can get onto there, I'm going to bury the coin. But first, let's get an ID. 2728. As I was saying, these Scottish beaches, there's so much bloody iron in it. Look at all the traces coming down on the bottom there. Probably lower than that if I had the low limits down. So I've got to try and get a half decent quiet patch, which is going to be near enough impossible. What's ground balance here? See how it's quieting that down a bit. So that was the ground mostly. There's still a lot of iron. That seems okay. So normally I've been using auto tracking on this beach because it just changes so much in different areas, and you stabilise the machine and then it's unstable the next minute. So it has come in useful, the auto tracking, and I do advise to use the auto tracking on probably most of the sectors on the beach. Now we're hitting black sand there. It's been highly mineralised and it absolutely stinks. It smells like a bloody sardines minge. So the pinpoint that we're going to go off is a NOKTA pointer, and that measures at, from the nuts to the tip, 9.4 inches. So it's already filling up with water, but as you can see there, it's probably 9.4. It's probably about 10 inches to the bottom of there. Let me just show you this sovereign there. There's the sovereign. Oh, absolutely ghastly. Just in case there's a tsunami, I've come prepared. Got a piece of rope. It's going to plant in there with it. String tight. Alright, just switch it about. Gone about there anyway. Now the thing you've got to know about water and conductivity. On land we know that water does increase the conductivity of an item in the ground. It's different on the beach. You've got the salinity of water, which has got salt content, which is way more conductive than fresh water, and this is why you get some unreal depth on the beach. In most circumstances, low frequencies work on the beach better than high. Now if there's high frequencies working, there will be plenty of filters in there. So in low conductor, it's not getting it. We're in depth audio, which is like pitch tone. Recovery speed 1. Let's try general. Let's try deep. ID's totally changed. Let's turn auto tracking on. Let's try theme. Depth, audio, rich. We'll put that onto simple, which makes them deep targets as loud at depth as they are on the surface. Let's turn the sensitivity up. 25. Let's do noise cancellation. Recovery 2. Noise cancellation. It was at 0. -6. It jumps a lot. You've got to wait till it settles for 2 passes. -5. Let's just drop that limit down, because even if I turn it off, well, I don't know about you, but that's not hitting that. I'm going to rebury it, a different place. I'm going to pull it back up to about 7 inches. Interlude. I didn't press record. So I'm just going to have to tell you, I did it at 6-7 inches and it hit it, but on the 2D screen it was dragged right down to where my lower limits were. If I took my lower limits down, it went down even further. If I got rid of my lower limits, it went right down to the bottom. It didn't come up on the conductor line whatsoever, but the audio was sweet. To cut a long story short, it hasn't got it at pinpointed depth, so we're talking about 6-7 inches on this. In this environment, this is very, very extreme. I've never witnessed anything like this. It's really is highly mineralized. Now, out of the detectors I've used on this beach, I think the MDT 8000 would be the detector to use on Scottish beaches. The mineralization on that, I wish I had it just to do a comparison with the Manticore. With my testing with that machine compared to the Manticore, it would in this environment. I don't know if the Manticore can have something installed for extreme mineralized beaches, because this is something else. It really is something else. So still a good performance, because that is 2 grams of 22 karat gold. Comes up 27, very low conductor. And you saw how the mineralisation dragged it right down. Be careful with them lower limits. So thumbs up until the next one. Look after yourself, wee lad.